Coach, first, if you would, an opening statement, please.
Yeah, we just, are just really humbled, that I get a chance to work at a great institution with coaches that are just awesome in terms of their commitment to these student athletes that I just can speak on behalf of my coaches how much we love them. And we got a chance to win a regional today. They pulled that off. The investment that my coaches, assistant coaches have put in and support staff have put into these athletes has been tremendous, and I can't thank them enough. And now we got a chance to go to super regionals because of the efforts of those people involved. And with regards to the game today, just really excited about how we pitched the ball with Grayson Grinsell, passed the ball off to Ian. Two freshmen, they didn't look like freshmen or pitch like freshmen, and then Logan Mercado wanting the ball and not wanting to come out of the game, just wanting to finish the game. Just really excited that I get a chance to be with these guys every day, and none of us, the coaches and the players, we don't have to take uniforms off now. We get a chance to go back, go back home and get a chance to play in a super regional next week, and it's a thrill.
Questions for the student athletes?
Grayson, presumably you knew early today you were going to start, and to wait with the delays and everything like that. What was that like in terms of your nerves and just how that affected your preparation, if at all?
It really didn't affect my preparation at all. I have a routine that I know like times before the game, so once I got the start time, I knew what I was going to do, and really just being around the guys, really wasn't too nervous or anything. They really helped, just kind of hanging out with the guys and just staying ready for the game.
And your ability to, even if you had some runners on base, to get yourself out of trouble with the strikeouts, just talk about kind of digging deep in those situations and getting back in the dugout.
I really wasn't thinking about strikeouts at all. I got 8 great guys behind me, got full trust in them to make every play, and really, it just gives me the confidence to execute the ball, throw it over the plate, and let the guys behind me go to work.
And Rikuu, in a game like this where you figure maybe you're going to see a few pitchers, what's it like to kind of get locked in for each at bat and then come through the way you guys did as the game progressed?
Sorry, could you say again?
A game like this, you guys saw a few pitchers, but as the game progressed, it seemed like you were seeing the ball well and you were able to put some big innings together later in the game. Talk about the mentality of kind of wearing them down and then coming through with those big innings late in the game.
I think. Sorry, that's a hard question for me.
That's a lot of it.
Yeah, sorry. Because.
Was you have a thought on that? Or?
Yeah. What did you like? What did you like today about our team win on offense?
I think Saba's first hit is huge. I think that's kind of we struggled Xavier's pitchers, and then he did a good job, I think. Yeah.
All right, guys, you can step down. You're good.
Oh, thank you. oh, so much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
You did good.
Thank you.
Well, what are you most enjoying about this moment right now? What is the thing that you're happiest about?
Just happy for the players and the coaches and for Pat Kilkenny and for the people that gave us this opportunity. Pat Kilkenny, Joe Giansante, Renee Baumgartner, to be able to have George Horton here in attendance was huge. We love Coach Horton, and he, for I think it was a 5-year stretch, there were only 2 teams that won more college baseball games than Coach Horton's Oregon program did. And he took a leap of faith to come here with the people that I mentioned, with Pat Kilkenny and Joe Giansante and the others, and with Rob Mullins and Eric Riddell and that whole crew. And he took a leap of faith to do what he did. And now we get to try to, his reason why he came to Oregon was to get Oregon to Omaha. And it was probably one of the things that just was kind of left on the table for him that I know still bugs him to this day. And we love Coach dearly, and Coach flew in with Pat and a couple others, Joe, for this regional, and for them to watch these kids play and play their hearts out with a lot of adversity going on, and still be able to pull that off. That's really special, and so it's just a little bit closer to what they envisioned for this program, and get the opportunity to be the head coach. And I know Jack Martyr and Brett Thomas, Daryl Hunter. I mean, these guys played at Oregon and came back and had job offer after job offer to go and be at other schools. Great schools, great baseball schools. They chose to stay, and then have, Northwest guys like Jake Angier and Marcus Hinkle on my staff. And it's a thrill because it's good for the Northwest. It's good for the people at Oregon. It's good for the people that had the vision to be able to do what they want to see done. And we're that much closer, so we get an opportunity to maybe pull that off here next weekend, which is the biggest thrill for me.
You mentioned the freshman pitchers on the heels of Turner's performance yesterday. Just the job of those kids, the maturation they showed over the course of the season to seize these moments, with Coach Angier's leadership. Can you speak to that?
Coach Angier was pitching 10 freshmen, and we're going to a super regional, and so no, it wasn't perfect throughout the course of the year, and he knew it wasn't perfect. We knew it wasn't perfect, and all we asked for was improvement. And as long as we could get improvement each and every day and buy-in to just the process, and the process is what we believe in as a program, and the kids bought into the process and Coach Angier's program. And you saw real development throughout the course of the year with those young arms. And not only those guys, but there were several other young guys that got a chance to toe the rubber to help us get to this point. And, that's a credit to Coach Angier. He had to have a tremendous amount of patience. I don't know if there's another pitching coach out there that would have that amount of patience that he had with the young guys. And even the other guys, Austin Anderson, he never pitched in Division I baseball, and he's had a tremendous season. Josh Malaris was a transfer in that had decent years before, but nothing like he's had this year. And so the list goes on. And I mean, let's not forget about Jay Stoffel, who probably would have won the Pac-12 Pitcher of the Year had he not had some kind of a freaky finger thing that's happened. And we were able to advance out of this regional without Jace, amongst other guys that are really, really good. And we love those guys. It's probably the one disappointing thing is we didn't get a chance to travel absolutely everybody. And there's a lot of guys back home that I know me and my coaching staff and the other players would have loved to have had them here to be able to experience what we experienced.
Rikuu mentioned Sabine's hit. Did you sense maybe nerves knowing the opportunity that was at hand, and that hit kind of settled everyone in and allowed them to kind of lock in, and then kind of the dam broke after that?
Maybe on both sides, because they had a couple of tries at it too. They had some opportunities early, and there were some free bases that were being given to us, and we weren't able to capitalize early on those. And then for Sabine, I mean, we got, that was the first hit I think we got, and it was a big hit, and that did kind of take some of the pressure maybe out of the dugout, I guess. But the kids have been playing with the back against the wall mentality, and there was a time where a lot of people were talking about how great we were doing and all that kind of stuff, and then we hit the skids because we had some injuries and we had some real reasons why, and they could have tanked, and they didn't, and they came together. Credit to Gavin Grant and the older guys, Drew Cowley, Tanner Smith, Ceballos. I mean, those guys, Colby Shade, probably the toughest guy we got in the program. I mean, those guys brought it together and said, no, this isn't how it's going to go. We're going to change this, and we're going to play with our backs against the wall. And they did. They did for, the last, I don't know, a couple weeks, at least, few weeks. And it showed that's where we play our best baseball, and so credit to them.
Rikuu, a top ball lineup, I mean, he set everything up. He was all over the place this weekend with the infield hits, and then, of course, tonight he had the big double. I mean, can you talk about, how big his impact was at the top of the lineup this weekend?
He's even a better kid. He had an unbelievable impact on the games. But, I mean, just his energy, he brings guys together. He's a uniter. He's going to be, whoever gives him a chance to play professionally is going to love this kid. And wouldn't surprise me to see him make it to the major leagues, even at his stature and his size. He plays with a passion that is second to none, and his ability to unite people is really spectacular, as is Ceballos. It's an interesting locker room. We got a lot of different guys from a lot of different places, and some guys can't speak English as well as others, and it doesn't matter. These guys are awesome, and they've really brought Oregon baseball together, and it's just a joy to come to work every day.
Speaking of Sabine, I know he had kind of a slow start this weekend. I know he was huge in the Pac-12 tournament, but his home run to get the scoring getting going in the fourth after a couple quick innings with no runs, how big was that to just settle in?
Well, you say he had a slow start, and yet, yeah, I guess he did have a slow start, and yet he made a Sports Center play last night to basically beat Vanderbilt, which is a tremendous program with Coach Corbin and what he's done here. And he had to make a Sports Center highlight play to be able to, for us to be in the situation that we're in right now, where we won. And so, a slow start for him was probably my best games ever as a player. And so to have Ceballos with a slow start and still play as well as he did just tells you how good the kid is.
I think on Friday or Saturday I asked you a question, and I asked you if the bullpen was going to get burnt out at all. I have to apologize for that. They were stellar again tonight. I mean, you talked about the improvement that they've made over the course of the year, but now you have a list of guys that can come in and give you a good inning and get you through tough situations. I mean, how big is it to know that you have just a list of guys that you can bring in at any time that can get the job done?
Yeah, good question. I mean, then there's other guys. We had plenty of bullets, fresh bullets down there tonight too. It just Logan wouldn't let us take the ball from him. And so it's just that kind of mentality that's fun for us to come to work with these guys because they want it so bad. If anything, all we got to do is try to help them to figure out how to get how to get what they want, I guess. We've just been blessed. This group has been a blessing from above, and it's a fun group to be with. And hopefully we can continue this ride for a few more weeks.
Speaking of the ride, you got the Super Regional at home now. What are you looking forward to this weekend back in Eugene with a chance to go to the College World Series?
Wow. If we're playing at home this week, has that been determined?
I mean, Oral Roberts is the 4, so in all likelihood we're at home.
So Oral Roberts won tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. That would be awesome. The people of Eugene are going to go crazy. It's a sports town. That place is going to blow up. So last time we had a Super Regional at PK Park, we came up a little bit short from a very, very good team, and they had to bring in temporary bleachers to where they could fit 7,500, 8,000 people or whatever the number was. It was unbelievable, the environment, and people were going nuts in Eugene. I'm sure it's going to go nuts this weekend if that's the case and we get a chance to host. It's going to be awesome. These guys, it's going to blow their minds.